Time for a nice swim. Just gonna get in here and... Oh, God bless it! How am I supposed to swim with this crap in here? Oh, of course there's dirty dishes in this sink. Oh, what a beautiful day. So glorious out here. Not a cloud in the... Oh, God bless it! Perfect. Just swept out here, nice and clean. Wait a damn second. I can't believe this! Oh, what a beautiful Sunday afternoon. God, so lovely. Oh, for crying out loud, will you freaking keep it down over there? Oh, I just made the bed. It's freaking filthy. Nice leisurely stroll on a Sunday afternoon. Just when I... Oh, for crying out loud, will you mind your own business? Why is it that we have so many expectations in life? We have so many expectations when it comes to what life unfolds to be for us from moment to moment or for other people's behavior. Have you ever stopped and asked yourself that question? Why is it that my mind literally judges and expects so much from others and from life? When there's traffic there, you get super upset. Like, why is there traffic? I'm all angry. Well, who promised you there wouldn't be traffic? Or when somebody's a jerk to you or somebody doesn't do their fair share of the laundry or the dishes, you get super upset. Did that person promise you that they would do that? Did anybody make any promises to you that they wouldn't be a jerk? Where did you hear this information from? Who wrote it down and promised it to us? Nobody ever did. So we have to retrain our minds to exist in a life without expectations, and I guarantee it's going to make an enormous difference on your life, because when you're not expecting life to be other than what it is, it actually gets pretty freaking beautiful, because you just surrender to what life has given you and you're able to see the beauty. I always say it's like going from seeing black and white to going and seeing in color. Life becomes vibrant and bold and profound. We're gonna break down exactly how to do that shortly. But if you guys have not already, I'm asking everyone to please subscribe. I'm pumping out 2 videos a week, one like this. It's like a weekly inspiration, something that you can impart in your life then and there to help see a little bit more fun and to experience the beauty of life. And then I'm doing a transformative video on Thursday. So 2 videos a week. Transformative one's gonna be something a little bit more profound, something you're gonna consider a bit more. And from that consideration, you're gonna gain some peace, some purpose, and fulfillment and joy in your life. So that's the long arc one. We're changing our life, a little bit step by step and day by day. So please comment away, ask some questions in the comment section if you have them, and give me that thumbs up. I appreciate you guys subscribing, and I'm really excited to help you gauge your expectations and kind of get rid of them and experience a life of beauty. So let's get to it. Hi there, my name is Joe Hain, and after suffering a tremendously difficult personal loss, I quit life as I knew it and began traveling the world, delighting in new and thrilling cultures and helping along the way where I could. Through endless hours of meditation, poring over hundreds of books, and delving into the depths of my own mind, I finally discovered what I've been looking for: peace, purpose, and joy. I'm here to share what I've learned so that you too can discover all that I've come to know. So let's get to it and have a bit of fun along the way. Has the mail ever been late when you really needed something? Was your boss a jerk and gave you that last-minute project when you were just about to leave the office for the weekend? Did your significant other just completely forget your anniversary? Were people at the grocery store jerks? Or anything, anywhere that ever happened unsettled you? Well, why did it do that? Hey, have you ever considered that maybe it's not the boss and the traffic and the people at the grocery store and the mail being delivered somewhere else that's upsetting you, but you yourself are requiring life to be other than what it is that truly upsets you? That's right. We're expecting life to be other than what it is. We're expecting people to act a certain way, and when life doesn't fall in line with what we want, what happens? We get upset, we get depressed, we get sad, we get anxious, we get stressed, we get angry and frustrated and annoyed and impatient. So why do we keep setting ourselves up for failure? Why not just step away and let life unfold the way that life is gonna unfold, and we just kind of wash our hands of it. And we try to be the best versions of ourselves and literally enjoy life as it is, instead of wanting to be different than what it is in the moment here and now. Well, we can do that. It's our minds, it's our egos that trap us. It points out that this person could be doing this and this person could be doing that, and life could be better if it was like this, and maybe if I didn't have to do that, life would be so much better if it was this way, if I only had that and this, and it adds up all these little things to make you feel like crap. Well, you can gauge that and then retrain your mind so that you don't perceive life to be that way, so that when your mind goes and starts judging and pointing out all the bad, you can cut it off, turn down the volume, and just reside within life the way it is. But there's steps and there's techniques to do that, so let's break those down for you now. First things first, I have to show you that mathematically speaking, percentage-wise speaking, having expectations does not play to your favor. It is a bad bet, it's a bad investment that you're going to end up rolling those die, and then you're gonna see that you're gonna come up short. You're going to be losing every single time. I'm gonna give two situations here, okay? You are with a friend, you're sitting on the couch and your friend goes, hey, I'm gonna pop up, I'm gonna grab some coffee from Starbucks, and does not ask you if you want anything. This is situation one. And every day of our life, every moment, we have choice. We have a choice whether to expect from life or a choice whether not to expect from life. So in this first situation, we are expecting that our friend is going to bring us back coffee. We have expectations that life and that his or her behavior is going to be what we want it to be. So we are expecting coffee. We have made that choice. So the friend comes back and they have 1 cup of coffee for themselves and none for you. How do you feel in that moment? You're pretty pissed because you expected to get coffee and you did not get coffee. Well, what if the friend came back and had 1 cup of coffee for himself and 1 cup of coffee for you? How would you feel then? You feel pretty good, not overjoyed, because you expected to get coffee and you got it. So it wasn't some big surprise. Basically, you expected to get something and you got it. So you're kind of indifferent, maybe a little bit happy. But in that first situation, you felt less than. You were pissed and angry and hurt. And in the second situation, you're kind of indifferent, maybe a little bit happy. That is what happens when you have expectations. But let's reverse and flip that coin and do it when you don't have expectations. So first situation, we had expectations to get coffee, and in this one we have no expectations. Everybody with me so far? So this one, our friend goes, hey, I'm gonna head out to Starbucks and grab some coffee. I'll be back in a little bit. And it's like he said to you, I'm gonna go in the corner of the room and breathe. You're like, okay. Have fun, good luck, and I'll see you when you're done. No expectations whatsoever about him bringing you coffee. So he leaves, he comes back, and he has 1 cup of coffee. You see that he doesn't have any for you. How do you feel in that moment without expecting to get coffee? You're perfectly fine. You're indifferent because you had no expectations. So no matter what, right then and there, you're at peace. You're at that line of equanimity, and you feel wonderful regardless of him having coffee or not for you. Then he comes back, another situation, and he has 1 cup of coffee for himself and 1 cup of coffee for you. Hey, I got you coffee, a little bit of stevia, just the way you like it. How do you feel then with not ever expecting to get coffee? You're probably pretty happy about it. It's a surprise. It's an unplanned gift in life. And so you're happy and you can celebrate that. So in the first scenario, you had expectations and you felt less than. Even when they came through, it wasn't some overjoyous moment. You got coffee when you expected it. It was like, cool, got some coffee. That's having expectations. It leaves you in want. It leaves you less than. Mathematically speaking, it's a bad investment. When you don't have expectations, either way, your roommate, your friend coming back and having coffee or not having coffee, you never dip below that line of peace. You're never upset. You're never hurt. You're never angry because you never expected him or life to be other than what it is. And when life or somebody else surprises you with something kind, then it's celebrated. So you're actually going above that line of peace, of equanimity, and you're celebrating life. You're joyous and you're happy and you're grateful. So you see, when you invest in not having expectations, you win at life because you're surrendering to life, and life will please you. Life will surprise you. So those are the two differences between having expectations, so you know where to place your investment. Foregoing expectations, letting go and surrendering to life in the moment will always leave you feeling better. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, that's it. That's all you have to do is stop having expectations. Well, it's not so easy because our mind, our ego is the one that's gonna jump on board and judge and point out what could be better in our life. All we have to do, this is the technique to start retraining your mind to not have expectations, is ask yourself this simple question. When your roommate or your friend comes back without coffee and you feel yourself getting a little bit hurt, you feel that emotional bubble up, that negative emotion kind of start stirring within you, you stop and you mentally ask yourself, why did I expect them to bring me coffee? Who promised me, who told me, who guaranteed me that they were going to bring me coffee? Who promised that I wouldn't have to be in traffic? Who promised me and told me that my boss wasn't going to be a jerk and deliver that last-minute project right before I'm about to leave on the weekend? Who promised me the store wouldn't be out of zucchini? Who promised that my partner wouldn't do the dishes and would leave dirty socks everywhere? You ask yourself, who's making these promises to you in life? And then you're retraining your mind to be free of expectation through that technique. So you know when you have expectations in life because you feel less than. You feel angry and annoyed and impatient and frustrated with people's behavior and with life events unfolding, or an atmosphere or environment or a situation. And when you feel that little emotional bubble up, you stop, you take a deep breath, and you ask yourself, why do I have expectations for life to be other than what it is? And by constantly doing that, you're pointing out to your ego that it is not allowed to highlight the bad in life. It is not allowed to point out and suggest that life should be other than what it is. It is not allowed to try to manipulate people's behavior into being something other than how they are and who they are and how they act. So you are retraining your mind to exist within what is. You are surrendering to, and it's like an old dog learning new tricks. We have been conditioned to judge and to desire other than what we have and other than what is. Now we are going to retrain ourselves, and we're going to condition our mind and our ego in a space and a place of beauty where we can really see what happens and really benefit and adore and fall in love with what life has given us, what life has bestowed upon us. So every single time you find yourself getting annoyed or angry or frustrated or impatient, stop, find out what is causing that. If it's a person or event or experience or a situation, and you go, why did I expect this to be different than what it is? And by constantly doing that, it's like you're tugging on the leash of a dog not to keep walking. And that dog is going to learn little by little by little that it's not going to continue to do that anymore. And that's what you're doing with your mind. So you ask yourself that question, and that will be your saving grace. So by constantly doing that, that's called mindfulness, because you're being mindful of how life really is. And you're checking your brain and your thoughts in a sense so that they can't manipulate you and steal you away from presence, from awareness, and take you to some place else where you're getting upset, or some delusion or some fantasy where life may be better. So it's veiling life. But here, by asking that question, you're checking yourself and you're anchoring yourself into presence, into awareness. And little by little by little, you're retraining yourself to exist within the peace and the beauty of life. That's called awareness and presence and mindfulness. So you can do that by gauging your life and finding out where you're getting upset and asking yourself that question. And you're going to start living a more beautiful life. And speaking of living a more beautiful life, I'm asking everybody who watches, if they can, to do something unexpectedly kind for another person. Something where they're just not expecting it, and it's gonna be a surprise and a gift, and their life is gonna be improved because you were kind and compassionate, and you showed them that in some small way or large way. And it could be a stranger or a dear friend or a loved one or a family member, but do something unexpectedly kind for another person because it's sure to make their day, and it's definitely gonna make your day as well. So thank you guys for subscribing, for commenting, for giving me that thumbs up, and for watching and not expecting this video to be anything than what it is. So thank you guys. Great session today. It was fun, and I'm wishing you the best of luck in the week coming up. So have an inspired week and don't expect anything out of it. You may surprise yourself. Thank you guys.